we have Coach Andruzzi on with us?
Yes, we do.
Fantastic. Okay. Coach?
How you doing?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, thanks. Thanks for being on with us. We'll go ahead and get started with an opening statement on your team and what you've seen in practice so far this season.
Okay. We like what we see out of our players. We returned 5 players from last year's team that logged in over 25 minutes a game, which includes Charlotte starters who became eligible in conference play. Our gals are working extremely hard. We have an extremely competitive schedule this year, including 3 in-season tournaments, and we're facing 10 teams who made postseason play last year.
Okay,
would you like me to continue?
No, we'll go ahead and open it up for questions now. Any questions for Coach Andruzzi, please press star 1.
And we have a question from Shane White from 1660 Information Radio.
Good morning, Coach.
Hey, Shane. How you doing?
Doing just fine. Talk a little bit about the incoming talent that you have. You've got 2 freshmen coming in, and, of course, one that was a McDonald's All-American nominee for 2010, and kind of what they've brought into the practice session so far.
Well, we have one of those freshmen this year, and that's Abigail Corning, who is an outstanding player from Connecticut. And Abigail is a 5'8" Energizer bunny who is one of the hardest workers that I've ever been around. And as a freshman, she's a sponge. She wants to learn as much as she can, and she's adding a lot of intensity to our program. But as a freshman, she has to learn, and she has to understand the system. We have some veterans that are ahead of her in terms of being with us for quite a long time. But we expect Abigail to log in minutes this year in many different roles.
And with your schedule, I mean, definitely a tough non-conference schedule that you've set up. What are you hoping to gain out of that? Are you hoping to see a lot of different rotations, a lot of different players in? What are some of when you walk away from that non-conference schedule that you'll say this was a successful non-conference for us?
Well, it's going to prepare us for the intensity that we're going to face in the Atlantic 10 schedule, which is so strong with 8 of our teams making postseason play last year, and that's really important. We want our gals to come against some strong competition to get ready for January. This year's team is going to be a little different. We have 5 players, like I said earlier, that played some significant minutes last year. We have Alexander Zamora, who's back. Only played 1 game last year. She's a power forward. She's a senior. She gives us some depth inside. We have Caitlin Shabolt, who was a transfer last year, an Australian, who gives us depth also in the post and can go inside and out, and she's really improved significantly. And then our backcourt is experienced with Becky Peters, Christina Bell, and Kiara Weeks. Charlotte Stoddard, one of our players, international players from England, only played in the conference schedule last year. She was ineligible in the first half, and she has some significant international experience, played for England basketball this year when they won the gold medal. So she's coming in, and she's a very versatile player for us. So we're going to be a lot different than we were last year. I think you'll see us bringing the ball up a lot faster. We didn't get easy shots last year. We need to get easier shots. And, last year we lost 11 games by 10 points or less. 6 of those were in conference games. I think we'll be tough this year. I thought we were very soft last year, especially our post players. Our coaches have done a tremendous job with our post in getting them stronger and more physical, and that's what we're going to come against. And each and every day our players are getting better, but this is a year that we need to make that extra shot and make that extra stop. Last year we only averaged 55 points a game. In order to be successful in our league and in non-conference, we've got to average between 62 and 65. I think we'll get there because I think we're moving the ball up much quicker than we did last year. So our intensity level is up, our energy is up, and we're excited to get started.
Excellent. And just a quick note about Stoddard. The international experience that she has, how does that change what she brings into the mix as opposed to some of the players that you have that have played, their entire careers here in the U.S. and in the U.S. high school system?
Charlotte is a very smart player. The international style ball, both for her and Caitlin Chabot, who's from Australia, they're very fundamentally sound. And so when it comes to backdoor cuts, when it comes to reading defenses, when it comes to curls, when it comes to playing basketball that we used to play before, these gals are fundamental. And so Charlotte brings a great deal of experience. This is a gal that has been playing international basketball for 5 years, and she's only a sophomore. And this year her team won the gold medal. It was a team in previous years that was never considered a good team at all. So she has come to us this year with the kind of grit and the kind of experience that we did it for England, we could do it for Fordham. So we look for her. She's at 6'1". She could play a three-spot. We could throw it inside. She could play a lot of different roles for us.
Excellent.
Once again, it is *1 to ask a question. I have no further questions at this time.
Okay. I have one more question for you, Coach. You have a very competitive schedule this season. You're playing in 3 tournaments, 10 teams who went to the postseason last year. How does playing this tough, competitive non-conference schedule prepare you for the A-10?
Well, it does, because when you get into A-10 basketball, you got to grind it out. And if you can't grind it out in preseason, then you're going to be shell-shocked. So we want to attack that non-conference schedule, and we want to be prepared for it. And that's, I tell you what's really helped us out a great deal is the change in the rule and starting practice early. We're in our 17th practice later on today, and we feel that we're a little more experience. We're getting our chemistry together a little earlier than we did last year, which is going to help not only us but all women's teams throughout the country. But this non-conference schedule will teach us how to grind it out in those tough situations, because when you come to A-10 basketball, it's all about being mentally tough and being playing from the beginning of the game to the end of the game.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you so much.
Any further questions for Coach Andruzzi this morning?
Yes, I do have 3 questions in my queue now. That first one will come from Mel Greenberg from Freelance.
Hi, Cathy. Just joined the call. So I don't know if it was asked. What has Jack Eisenman brought to your staff, for all those years he was at UConn?
Mel, he brings a lot to our staff. Jack has longtime friend Gina Oriema, has been with him for over 10 years, has several national championships under his belt, and being around that kind of system where it's about high intensity, it's about winning, it's about working hard all the time, that has transferred over to our team. And he brings the kind of intensity and the kind of expectation. So our expectation level, I think, is much higher because Jack supports what I'm all about, and you know me for many, many years. And so he has been fabulous, and so have my other 2 assistants who are newly hired as well. So I have a great team of coaches around me that have been extremely supportive, and with Jack's experience at UConn, our expectation is much higher.
No further questions.
Thank you. We'll move on to Patrick Dillard from Sports Radio 1030.
Coach, how have your players reacted to your emphasis on creating a faster pace and trying to score more points than last season?
They love it. They love it. We know we're going to turn over the ball a little more, but you know what we did? We walked the ball up way too much. We broke presses, but by the time we broke a press, we only had 15 seconds on the shot clock. So we are looking to be much more aggressive and to get the ball up the court and get those easy baskets. In the scrimmages we have had already, we're averaging more possessions, and we're also averaging more points. And we're getting easier baskets, and we're attaining more assists. And that's what we need to be competitive. We don't have the size to go against some of the teams that we're going to come against in terms of half-court basketball. So we got to move it up the court, and we have to get shots in different areas rather than just half-court basketball.
Great. Thank you.
And we'll take a question from Celeste Whitaker from Atlantic 10.
Hi, Coach. You spoke about the coaches working with the post players, getting them stronger and more physical. Do you think that that'll be one of the big areas that you guys will be the most improved in your post play?
No question about it, Celeste. I thought that we were very soft. We gave up. We chart like many coaches do. Chart our possessions, chart our no box outs, good box outs, and we gave up too many box outs. We gave up too many second chance opportunities to our opponents. We lost games last year because of second chance opportunities because we didn't put a body on someone. You need to put a body on someone. You need to box out. You need to make that stop, and you need to be physical. And physical in the way you can. And that has, our post coaches have done a really, really good job in really stressing that. And you know what? Our post players have accepted that and are excited about it. They love it. They really do.
No further questions at this time.
Okay. Coach Andruzzi, thanks for being on with us today. Best of luck to you this season.
Thank you so much.